4020.
Now, Women's Super League happened this week. Wigan beat Barrow 92-0. So that's that out of the way. Eva Hunter's now scored in 13 successive matches. And I got the wrong Hunter sister last week when I made the video of here's the people who could win Woman of Steel. And I mentioned her sister, but I did mean Eva. Lee 20, Huddersfield 20.
Which again, if you put teams of similar ability together, you get exciting games.
No, Kelsey Jennings, she's not playing yet. And St Helens
England international signs for Huddersfield.
Yeah, exactly. And St Helens 18, York 8. What a game this was. Let's talk about the game first, because then it's chronological. And not that I can remember much of the game.
I think you're the only one of us that's seen
Not
the
that
game.
I can remember much of the game, because it's all about the last minute. York take the lead 2-0 just before half-time with Rhiannon Marshall kicking a goal. Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
It was 0-0 up until like the last minute before half-time. Then they score a try. Savannah Andrade, she's really good. I mentioned that last week. Saints come back, and they're winning 18-8. Someone scored in the corner. It might be Phoebe Hutt, because she scored two tries.
Let's just say it's a great result for Saints.
Yes.
So York had beaten Wigan the week before. Saints now beat York, and it sets it up for Saints and Wigan on Friday, which is on Sky. Watch it.
I'm hoping that there's going to be lots of build-up this week, and we'll hear from all the people from these two clubs going into this big game across the media. I just want to say that.
I don't think you will.
I know we won't. So that makes it bloody pointless, doesn't
They've
it?
included the women's games in this whole, like, last charge?
The last charge, yeah.
But they've included all the women's games in that, so all the media's still got that, like, the hashtag last charge. It's all one big thing.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what happened in the last minute?
Well, Phoebe Hutt scored a try. So she scored two tries, and Shona Hall did some dancing after. She's got to crank that dancing, because it's going to come back and bite them on the backside again. But York are an interesting team. Yeah. And I get the idea. I get the feeling. You know, a bit like this team. They're not very popular with some people. So they're a bit niggly. They like to chat to the ref. This is just my perception from watching the game. It was it didn't quite develop into, not handbags, because you're not allowed to say that, fisticuffs. And then, in the last minute, referee gives the penalty. I think it was for offside. No one cares what the penalty was for, because no one's watched that bit. And then he sends off Sinead Peach. And then the game finished 18-8 to York. To St Helens. Well done, St Helens. And that was it.
Except it wasn't.
Except it wasn't, because unluckily for Sinead Peach, the game was on the telly, on the Sportsman. Louis Smith, I hope he's going to Specsavers to get his ears sorted, because he couldn't hear what the referee said. But Caitlin Beavers certainly did. And her gasp was brilliant.
How do you think Ollie Salmon as the referee handled it?
I think what he showed was his inexperience at officiating with a microphone going out to air. Let's put it that way, because he would not repeat ever. You know, I've been involved in situations where I ran from a referee Wigan against Hull and there was a racist allegation between players. I've been involved in a situation where it was Bradford, and I'm trying to remember the name of the team. It might have been Hull KR, and there was an allegation, and it involved a player called Cox, and it was to do with a biting allegation or a grabbing allegation. And you can imagine probably where that was.
Welcome to Carry On 4020.
So I had to be really careful about how I worded that one, but I just said there'd been an allegation about improper language or something, inappropriate language. So I'm sure he and many other referees will have learned that lesson, because when I saw on Facebook yesterday, it was on Lad Bible, it was on Sport Bible,
NRL Roast, all the way down there.
Like everywhere, all media outlets that don't cover rugby league even have picked up on it. I'm just wondering about what the IMG points are that York gain from this.
Which is a great
Maybe
question.
this is a huge ply.
That they've got 17 million that they can have. Can we have another 0.25?
Well, the problem is I've got loads of them on our account, so they can't have those. I mean, you say, it's inexperience from the official, but he's playing a blinder here because he's given us all the content we want. And, first things first, and yes, don't condone it, but it was bloody funny, because no one says shagging anymore, do they? No one says that. You come into the studio and say, it's very, it's funny, isn't it? Swear. So that bit's funny. But it's like an onion, and we're unpeeling it, and there's all these layers of this utter mess. And we'll start with this point. You can't question the integrity of the referee, can you?
No, which is what she's done, and she was rightly sent off. It wasn't handled appropriately by the referee, but ultimately it was the right outcome.
So
but I agree, it was funny.
What's a fitting punishment? Because she's obviously going to be in front of the disciplinary on Thursday. Everybody's saying, it could be a grade D or an E, or I mean,
what's that like?
Should
6 games.
It could be something to
Something like
6.
that. She's questioned the integrity of the referee, so
Which needs to be punished.
Equivalent of saying that he's cheating. So that she hasn't used the cheat word. I'm going to say the C word, but that no, she hasn't used the cheat word, but it's up there with that, So I don't know. I don't know what the precedent, if there is in the women's game. Whether
there was a player banned a few years ago for calling a referee not very good. That's not a direct quote, and they got 6 games.
They don't play enough games.
But that also
to get
wasn't.
6
I
games.
know this is what I mean. I don't know the context. I don't even know how many fixtures there are in their competition.
2 regular season fixtures left, and then into the playoffs.
But how many fixtures do they play across the competition?
14.
14. So if you ban somebody for 6 as a percentage of the season, compared to a Super League men's player that's been banned, say, for 5 or 6 games, then proportionally against 27 games, you'd be looking at something more like 2 or 3, wouldn't you?
I was going to say, if there was internationals at the end of the year, which there isn't, Sinead had a high chance of playing in the internationals.
Would you make an example of her, or would you say
He just gets banned by the gang.
it's a level of disrespect that needs a punishment, but we've also had fantastic value out of this comment as a sport.
No, you can't. That is completely irrelevant. You can't condone the behaviour. It's unacceptable. It only came about because the referee said what he said.
Yeah.
If the referee had said you're being dismissed for offensive language or whatever, no one would have known. It wouldn't have gone viral. It's only gone viral because of the actions of the referee. She deserves punishment. What that appropriate punishment is, there will be guidelines that will be set down as to what that be. It'll be graded, and then according to that grade, according to whatever that is in the women's game. I don't imagine it follows the suit with the men's because
amateur. Do you factor?
Yeah, it comes with the community, doesn't it?
Oh, no.
Well,
it's still Super League.
I don't know what happens with players and fines, and like obviously in the Championship you get fined. It's like £7,500, isn't it? Versus Super League, which is more £250 or something. So it will all be set down. I would imagine, but then there are certain grades usually with the men's game where beyond a certain grade you get automatically referred.
I know the disciplinary sits differently in Women's Super League, but should the RFL have just taken the bull by the horns and said, right, we'll sort this out ASAP. Don't wait till Thursday. Just get it done now.
I don't think you should, personally, because I think you have to follow the process. Because once you start going away from the process, then what justifies departing from the process for that, and then what happens next time when something else happens? So I think it just goes through the due process. So she will play this week, presumably, if York play, do they?
Yeah.
Because disciplinary presumably won't meet till next week for women's.
I think they're meeting on Thursday.
Or Thursday, so she'll get charged on Thursday. But then they'll hear it up in next week.
And York have already put out a statement saying how mortified they are.
Yeah, well, if York, one would imagine, will say, look, she's not selected this week. And you're almost asking, can that be counted as part of your ban? But because they'll want her available for the playoffs, won't they? Because what, 3 games?
York away. Oh, there you go.
Barrow Raiders away.
And there's 3 games left, is there?
2 regular season games.
And then there's whatever the structure is. So she's...
She's
in danger of missing the final if they get to the final. I don't know. I wouldn't want to guess because I don't know what the grading criteria is.
In terms of the impact, though, I haven't known anything like this.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, I knew that before the score. I was driving back from Manchester after watching the wheelchair rugby league games and got out of my car, turned my phone on, someone put it in the group being like, have you seen this?
So let's further unpeel the onion, because then it does go viral and people are talking about it and whatever, and they are, some people on the internet, not us, some people on the internet are saying, well, what if he is? Which of course he isn't, we assume.
We don't know.
And then talking about the Saints plays in vulgar terms or whatever, and this is the whole thing that's come from one comment.
But isn't this the modern
world
what
we live in? Yeah.
The reality is it'll be all forgotten about next week.
Oh, of course, because something else will
just
happen,
move on, don't they? So
yeah.
Well, somebody needs to say it in the men's Super League, don't they?
Everyone over
in a televised game.
I don't know. She'll get banned, but people saying, "Oh, she shouldn't get banned. She shouldn't be made an example of." Well, she's got to be banned by the rules of the thing because she's broke the rules. Yeah. You can't question the integrity of the referees. Is that the worst thing we can do to you?
Well, depending, you could physically assault a referee. I
All right.
suppose that's probably worse.
Well,
That's
apart from
happened to other
physically
referees.
assaulting you,
I mean, to question the integrity of a referee is it's a red card offence, isn't it? If you're suggesting that he's cheating, referees don't cheat. That's simple as that. Unless you're the French referee in the wheelchair World Cup final.
It's going to sue us now. Oh no!
He never got banned in France, you know. He only got banned internationally. Never got banned in France.
Oh, he did the cup final, didn't he? Yeah. Don't where someone ran over someone's head.
It's the only example I've seen which
that should have gone viral. Someone being run over in a wheelchair cup final in France. That was brilliant. So, as you say, people will forget about it soon enough. But we are a sport that's condoned the Mick Morgan commentary for years and said, "Oh, this is hilarious," and that is someone calling out a referee for a decision.
Yeah, but he's not a player, is he?
Well, no, but
Commentator,
it's still
it's a club commentator at that as well, not a.
We're still happy to promote that as, "Oh, look at rugby league, aren't we funny?"
And it's also of an age, isn't it?
The olden days. Need rest to do this more to raise the profile of the game, says Paul. Another Paul says, we just need rest to control the games, and with look, nobody will remember who they are, which would be good. Again, as you said, James, this will be forgotten about soon. Something else will happen in tennis or something. Oh, basketball.
Well, it's a bit like the tennis player that smashed his racket to bits, isn't it? That went.
Oh, they're really bad. The tennis players, they get away
with the photographer that came on the court though, or something. You know, it's stuff like that people latch onto because it's unusual. So we need something unusual to happen in the Super League Grand Final or something, don't we? Or something stupid.
Someone run on and tie themselves to the posts or something. Don't do that.
No,
don't do that. Don't
suggest anything.
Don't do that. And that's the thing. It's a big thing that's happened, but actually there's nothing much to say about it because she'll get banned and that'll be it, and then we'll move on, and people will bring it up in the future because things never disappear. But most people will move on to something else because they're not interested in women's rugby league, not interested in rugby league, not interested in rugby. So it's just something funny to.
We just need Ilona Mar to retweet it.
Spend 20 seconds watching. Yeah, if someone does it in the rugby union,
they played a game at York, didn't they?
They did.
They
are playing games at York.
Last weekend, or
I think it's all the weekends up until the. Yeah, so get on the tally. I don't know what we do. But if all the I was not going to say this, and I'm going to say it. It's not the mainstream media. They ignore them. There's nothing to do with it. But if the rugby league dedicated media and their associated websites who ignore women's rugby league and anything that isn't men's Super League for 364 days of the year and have just discovered it because of this incident with Sinead Peach, then ignore the game on Friday, which is a big game which actually has meaning on it, and don't mention it at all, well, what's on them? What are they doing? Because it is the League Leaders' Shield decider in effect. If Saints win, they are the League Leaders' Shield winners. In a season where we've all said, Wigan, they're great. Look at Wigan. Wigan are the best thing that's ever happened to women's rugby league. They might not win the League Leaders' Shield. They might not win the Grand Final. We don't know.
They won the Nines, though.
They won the Nines. They did win the Nines. I was there. You were there.
You didn't get face painted, though, did you?
I didn't get face. No, I didn't. I had a rainbow on, and then I went to Wakefield Catlines with the rainbow still on my face. So this week's Women's Super League fixtures, which continue on Friday with that game between St Helens and Wigan. It's my computer's not working, but Huddersfield Barrow. Do you say it's Barrow York?
Huddersfield Leeds.
Huddersfield Leeds and it's working now. Thank you. And Warrington versus on the Sunday. Sorry. And,
I saw something. I think Caitlin might be back. Beavers, or is close to being back.
Yeah, she is.
There was an interview with her saying she'll be back this weekend, or.
What was that, Caitlin on the commentary?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Former match official Caitlin Beavers.
I think she said something. Yes, I think she might have.
Possibly. Huddersfield Leeds, Barrow York, and Warrington versus League. If Warrington can be asked.
Yeah.
So, let's just put an asterisk next to that one. Because we don't know. They might know about it. And again, it's not about the players, it's about the club. And we have to keep banging this drum because everyone ignores it. But Warrington are a disgrace as a club because they've twice not fulfilled fixtures and they should be out of the competition. The record should be expunged. I'm sorry for the players, but tough. That's your club. That's not my fault. It's not the RFL's fault. It's not Leeds or Saints or anyone else's fault. It's your club. Who lost to Salford?